I'll say I have to show a little bit more patience sometimes with him and a lot of humor. You know, I have to understand that sometimes when he says things out loud or might stand up in the middle of a lecture, like literally.
It was all, that's not what you said.
Two.
Okay.
Here we go. And phones ring, go. Last week, I was giving a lecture and I look over and there's Jonathan. He's standing right beside me and he was about to share something with me, but it turned out it was part of my lecture now because he was sharing it with the class. That was when we were talking about the Disney Imagineering, and he wanted to tell me the 6 other Imagineers' names and what dates that they were working, and so it was great because I said, okay, there it is. And, you know, I just have to be flexible and adapt to that because, you know, I could take another approach and say, this is not appropriate, sit down, and kind of kill the flow of my lecture as opposed to, all right, let's see what's happening here and go with it. I think it was a shock to some students, seeing this student that was moving around when everyone else was sitting or calling out things when everyone else was just listening. So I think it was a learning process for them as well, because maybe there was some students that weren't as patient or felt it was affecting their learning at times. This was the first time Jonathan stood up and said they're doing a documentary about me on autism. And I saw some students kind of sit up a little bit and say, oh, that's what's going on. And it was almost like there was this acceptance and like arms kind of wrapping around him metaphorically a little bit, and people, you could see the posture change a little bit. So, you know, given that, I would wonder if it's a better thing at the start of a class to have the knowledge, just so people can be accepting a little bit more and change their point of view a little bit on it, especially at the Cal State system. Such a mix here, and students, a lot of our students are first in their family to go to college, so everyone has a different background and different culture. It's amazing to see how quickly they can accept each other and each other's stories.